Hello everybody, Captain Marty Brill here, and the wind continues to blow for our offshore fleets. I don't know, somebody might have slipped out today, but the last 2 days it's been nobody offshore that I could find. But it was pretty good fishing before that. And Omie Tillett used to always say even the fish need a day off too. So I'll tell you what is biting back along the beach in the backcountry when I come back in just a moment.
Let's be real. No one wants to deal with nasty varmints like mice, roaches, creepy crawlies, and critters. Leave that work to the experts at Outer Banks Pest Control. Outer Banks Pest Control is the best on the beach when it comes to eradicating those unwanted creatures. They've been in business for over 25 years with well over 100 years of combined exterminating experience. Specializing in both commercial and residential properties, Outer Banks Pest Control has all the tools and equipment necessary to take on any pesky job. They pride themselves on top quality customer service and workmanship. Hey, if it ain't red and yellow, it's just some coattail riding fella. Outer Banks Pest Control, the best on the beach with a proven track record of excellence since the year 2000 and online at outerbanks-pestcontrol.com.
Hi, I'm Captain Jay Cudworth of the Kokomo with Paradise Dolphin Cruises at Safe Harbor Marina in Wanchese. I want to invite you to take a ride out on the Roanoke Sound to see the majestic bottlenose dolphins up close. As a native, I'll be telling you stories from these waters as a boy growing up in Wanchese. Nature and history have combined to make this area unique, and I love sharing this special place with special people. So come on aboard with me and my crew and experience the real beauty of the Outer Banks. For more information, go online to ParadiseDolphinCruises.com. Again, this is Captain Jay. I look forward to seeing you soon.
So the Hatteras offshore fleet tied to the dock as far as offshore, but we did have some boats inshore, close to the beach, maybe around the inlet and even in the sound a little bit. Teachers Lair Marina, one of their boats, the tight lines had a good day on puppy drum, and they look kind of fat. It's hard to tell by pictures whether they're slot or maybe a little above slot. And then some other boats doing a little side casting caught some drum. They caught a few on bait, and there were some bluefish caught as well. And look, on a windy day, we'll take what we can get. And a lot of times we do see like the offshore boats get blown out, and those guys will get off, and rather than go back to Ohio with nothing, they'll jump on a backcountry or inshore boat. And the way our beaches are laid out, there's just about always somewhere you can go fishing. The Oregon Inlet fleet was blown out again for the second day in a row. And they also had good fishing. There have been a few boats with a scattered yellowfin tuna. If you're really, really lucky and hit them good, you might catch 6 or 7. There was even a few catches even better than that. But it's not widespread. It's nothing like it normally is. But the Mahi fishing has been making up for it. We're like Hatteras, they're picking away. The tuna is almost more of a bycatch, and the dolphin is the main game in town instead of the other way around like it normally is. The Oregon Inlet fleet, they have not had a lot going on because they're with the way the wind has been. It's a lot tougher for their inshore boats to get across that bar. And of course, the Hatteras fleet is just the opposite. Down there, when the wind's out of the south, it's a little trickier. Because like right now, they can get out to the inlet and go up and fish in the hook right under the lighthouse, really. And they've been doing a lot of sight casting to drum. Both fleets are catching some sheephead. And so that's really the only boat fishing that I have to report on today. Now, surf fishing, it's just a mix. Jeanette's Pier, 66 degrees, but kind of slow on the fishing. A few bluefish, a few sand perch, a few croakers, and Fishing Unlimited put kind of a nice post talking about from north to south, mixture of bluefish, a few flounder, a few sea mullet, croaker, and occasionally a puppy drum. So that's been going on. Hatteras is still catching drum really of all sizes. That's not unusual. But they're backing that up with some bluefish and some Spanish mackerel when the weather gets pretty. Now, the drum like it rough. The Spanish like it calm, and the bluefish, they don't care. They're going to eat whatever is thrown in front of them. Their sea mullet bite has not been great, but might remember 10 days, 2 weeks ago, we've had some great days where they filled coolers with sea mullet. I didn't get that out of the reports that I saw yesterday, but there are a few sea mullet and also some pompano, and down on Avon, bluefish and a few puppy drum down that way. So really that whole catch, when you go north and get further up the beach, it's pretty much the same thing now, just to pick along bluefish, puppy drum, sea mullet being the main things, and then you can throw in the pompano and the Spanish mackerel as a bonus. So the piers pretty slow yesterday on everything I saw. So we'll take a little break right here, and I'll come back and talk to you a little bit about the backcountry.
Set sail for an unforgettable Outer Banks adventure with Aficionado Charters. Perfect for families, beginners, and seasoned anglers alike, their experienced crew makes every trip fun and exciting. With top-tier fishing gear and advanced safety technology, you'll head offshore in search of incredible catches like tuna, mahi-mahi, sailfish, and the oh-so-coveted marlin. As one of the longest operating charter boats on the East Coast, they know where the fish are biting. Plan your next adventure today at aficionadocharters.com and get ready to reel in the fun.
So fishing in the backcountry, yeah, it's okay. There's Little Bridge was a little bit slow. We haven't talked much about Little Bridge on the Manny and Nags Head Causeway, but that's a good fishing spot. Anything that goes through there gets channeled through that cut under that bridge, and it may not look like much, but it can be really, really good. Of course, their tackle shop right there keeps us posted on what's going on. Bonner Bridge, that's the old Highway 12 Bonner Bridge that was once across Oregon Inlet, is now really glad that they saved part of it for a great free fishing pier. And they actually had a decent bite on sheephead, blues, and drum yesterday. The Miss Oregon Inlet, we haven't talked much about her, and she's been sponsoring me for a long time. Captain Ben and Camille and crew on board, they're gearing up to do an all-day trip, and they may have tried to, I don't know if weather will allow it to happen today, but that's going to be new on their agenda, is the offshore, well, it's not offshore, it's all-day fishing, and they'll go out and look around wrecks and bad bottom outside the inlet, probably catching sea bass and maybe some triggerfish, and then of course the blues, maybe the ribbon fish bite will pick up again. So, but in the meantime, they've been back in the sound. They're catching a mix of croakers and flounders and bluefish and sand perch, stuff of that nature. And that's the first time we've really talked much about them, but we'll keep you updated. The Miss Oregon Inlet is like a floating fishing pier. That's the way I describe it. Really nice crew on board, nice boat, all the comforts you need. It's almost entirely calm water fishing, and it's a great way to take kids out for a half a day. So give them a chance and see what goes on there. So that's our report for today. We're going to be heading into the weekend with better weather. Looks good. We got a bear festival going on. We got a Dare Days in Wanchese at Wanchese Marina going on. And, this time of year, we had some rain, really helpful. I'm looking out the window at the farm fields right now, and they are looking much greener than they did before last week. So go out and have a great day. Go do a little fishing, and let the good Lord bless you richly.